Welcome to the Man United Agenda. It's 8:30, and yes, we've made a transfer. Looks like Mason Mount is on his way, joined by Mr. B, and you guys hopefully join us for the Man United Agenda. Let's talk Mason Mount. Yes, Mr. B, how you feeling, man? Wow, we've been so stressing for the last few weeks about deals and what's going on in the market, the ownership, everything else. But we've had some good news today. Good news. First of all, how are you, bro?
Oh, I'm tired on Monday. I'm bloody tired, man. But you know what? Nothing beats a transfer to perk you up and put a little spring in your step. You know.
Why are you so tired, Mr. B?
I think it must be old age, bro. I'll put it down to old age and the heat. I don't know. I put my head on the pillow and I was gone.
Have you been working today?
I was gone. Yeah, I worked today. It was not, to be fair, new job this week, new timing. So everything's great. Hours wise are much better than they have been, but the body's old some days, man. I need to get back on my vitamin C and my vitamin D, you know.
And vitamin agenda, that helps as well. Keeps us alive. I mean, yeah. When I finish work early, I come home and sleep, and that's why I know I'm feeling old when I come home and sleep after work during the day. I've just done a late shift, finished at 8 o'clock, so I'll get the show over and done with, and then I can relax the rest of the evening. But guys, wow. Let me just read this out because there's major news coming in today. I'm sure everyone knows about it. But Mason Mount, here we go. So this is from the BBC website. So Man United agreed a deal to sign England midfielder Mason Mount from Chelsea on a 5-year contract, 55 million plus 5 million add-ons. Mount, 24, will be Erik ten Hag's first signing of the summer as he looks to strengthen his sides following the United's qualification for the Champions League. That was significant. Chelsea spent 600 million last season and needed to sell before the June the 30th to ease financial fair play concerns. Interesting that Mount has agreed. He's been at Chelsea since he was 6 years old, so he's well established with the club. Obviously, they've rejected previous offers from us, but Mount scored 33 goals in 195 appearances for Chelsea, made his debut in 2019, and they finished 12th last season. And he wasn't really around, wasn't really playing, but a couple of years ago, he scored 11 assists and 10 goals or something in the season they won the Champions League and was instrumental in that side as well. 36 caps for England, and obviously he played for Derby under Frank Lampard, and he's played under Thomas Tuchel at Chelsea and Lampard, as well as others as well. So yeah, big signing for us. It's finally gone through. Looked like we sort of backed out of it a couple of days ago, but we've done our business. Here we go. Mr. B, talk to me.
On Monday, we think it's been a long and protracted transfer. We've seen Man United transfer windows and how long deals actually take. There was nobody else in for Mason Mount. It was just us. We had a free run, and it still took a little while. Question is, are we happy with the price we paid? I know at the beginning it was 40 million. We knew we weren't going to get Mason Mount for 40. I think we've met in the middle, 55, 60 million. It's 55 plus impossible add-ons, but everybody's still going to say it's 60 million when we know it's 55. But look, he's got his first choice midfielder. He's got the player that he earmarked as his number one choice. Whether or not he excites the fan base or excites you or excites me is irrelevant. He was Ten Hag's first signing. He was Ten Hag's number one choice in that position, and he's got him. Now it's just whether or not he can get the number one choices in the rest of the positions that he's looking for. But as I said, I'm over the moon. The fact that the two North London clubs bought players yesterday, it kind of had me a bit down, to be fair. I'm thinking, oh God, look, even Tottenham are buying players. Look, we've got one in the door. That's the first. Let's just hope that this is the first of at least 4 or 5, and then while these players are coming in, we've got players packing their bags and going out the door the other side. You know, how are you feeling about the signing? Is more interest. What I want to know. My technical guy, my tactical genius. What's he saying?
maybe because you're tired, Mr. B, I expected better from you from that summary you just gave. You're talking about the price tag, everything else. I'm delighted. I'm really delighted. One, because we got it over the line, like you said. I mean, we wanted to get deals done. We do shows every day. It's hard. I mean, everyone reads the papers, checks up on Twitter, here waiting for Romano to hear some news about Man United. We talk about the ownership as well. It's all been sort of flat negative news lately. So this is something that's really lifted us up. We've actually got the deal over the line. And it's someone, the more we dig into it, as to why did we want Mason Mount? The manager wants him, that's for sure. The manager tried to sign him at Ajax in 2019 after he was on loan out there in Dutch, playing for Dutch football. And he had 8 goals, 9 assists out there. The manager felt he's vital, and he's chased him out ever since. And this is a guy that's been touted after from Liverpool and Arsenal, from Arteta, from Klopp, these sort of managers. There's something good about this player, and we can go into that at a later date. But I just want to go through some comments quickly, because Rebel is saying here, NASA must have caught sight of the Conehead domes from space. We actually made a sign in the day after the AGM. He's saying here. Want to say hi to King Dino. Chelsea have had our pants down. We are terrible at transfers. I think we give us some credit, man. We've done all right there. Bath Time's asking if we're happy with the signings. With the signing, I am totally. Big up to Box and big up to Matthew Bassett as well. Want to also say hi to Kuda M. How you doing? Hello, she says. Just in time, most certainly. Box is responding to Box here. Bath Time saying some tactical problems with the squad now, though. No, I don't think so. I think it's all good. Squad goals, bigger squads. It gives us more options. It's good for the manager. Box saying now we just need 5 more signings, as Mr. B was saying there. Matthew Bassett saying big up to everybody. King Dino now. At a time when we're short of money, we need to be getting much better value for money than this. So, like Mr. B, he's talking about the price tag. Kuda saying here, Rice went for 105 million. Yes, I'm happy with Mount at 65. And, everything's relative, isn't it? What do you say? Big up to Anthony.
Sorry, 55, not 65, Kuda. 55. Let's just get
cheaper than that.
Yeah. See, already people are trying to spunk up this price, bro. Watch, it's going to be 80 million plus add-ons come tomorrow. You know what I mean? Let's every penny counts at the moment. We can't afford to be thrifty. I know. Look, I know we were talking about the club being broke, but surely every season we've had money come out. Whether they've, as I said, that the way Rebel and Andy were talking yesterday about pulling money from outside the back of the sofa. There's no way that we spent 55 on Mount, and we may we'll talk about what's next in a bit, I suppose, and we still don't have any money. I hope we're pulling a big skank. I hope we're pulling a skank over everybody. Everybody thinks we're frass and we're broke, and then we can go out there and go, boy. Yeah. Last signing would be the striker or whatever, just to say, Lord God, and then come next year now when they think they're going to be trying to shaft us. We got Qatar money. So you can't shaft us when we got Qatar money. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that we pulled a rope-a-dope here. Everybody thinks we're frass. We've been sitting down here with our face like a battiole for the last few weeks saying that we ain't got no money. I would like to think that, yeah, they've put it out there that we're broke, but we've really got money going on. Money, look, we've bought him now, so we can stop speculating about positions, the position that he's going to play and what he's going to bring to our club. You're the tactical guy. You're that guy. What's he going to bring to our team?
I think it's going to be really important. Look, forget about formations. It's about shape, where people are positioned. I think he's a midfielder. That's for sure. And he can also play in a variety of positions as well. So you can expect him. He can play in a double pivot, which he can play as a 6, or he can play mainly as an 8, I reckon. He's better going forward than he is anywhere else. But as you start a formation, it changes when you've got the ball, when you haven't got the ball. So when we have got the ball, we've seen various times last season when we've got the ball, you've got 4 or 5 players, sort of like a rest defense, and you've got 4 or 5 players behind the striker when we got the ball deep in their half, and that spread across the width of the pitch. So I think when we had issues with Anthony and down the right-hand side, down the left-hand side, we were quite decent. We've got Luke Shaw, we've got Rashford linking up, combination plays. I think when you look at Mason Mount's heat map, he can fill in that position, which Bath Time calls the interior position on the right-hand side, just off the right. where Anthony plays. So just inside Anthony. So this is someone who will be around Anthony, sniffing around him, linking up play, helping him out. Because Anthony has been a bit isolated. We haven't seen the best of him because of this. And I think this is why the position has been identified by the manager to put Mason Mount in and around that zone, in a sort of half space interior position next to Anthony, when we have possession of the ball. And then, with Mount, he can great link up play, give and go, that kind of thing. Can get in the box, can great delivery as well with assists, with free kicks, with whipping balls in, getting in the box, finishing his dinner. Give Anthony a lot more support with his underlapping runs, for example. He can do an underlapping run for Anthony and give Anthony a lot more options. We talked about the right back position last year, weren't we? With the link up with Anthony, wasn't really happening. There's not much connection there. But I think this guy can link it all together and give us a different option. This is what we can sort of visualize. I think the manager knows more than us about what he expects Mason Mount to do. And I think Mason Mount's capable of doing that. When we look at what he's doing for Chelsea, he was doing a similar, all his work was done in a similar position. And when we haven't got the ball, then he can slip back into a midfield three, quite possibly, and work from there. But this gives Bruno opportunity as well now to drop off a little deeper, something we've been seeing, and he can progress the ball. I think he's in the top 1% of people progressing the ball in the whole of Europe. That's Bruno. So, he's got his head up, he's linking up play, progressing the ball from slightly deeper than usually plays. This gives him more options. Just a lot of rotation now. And gives us a great opportunity now to finish our dinner up top in the final third of the pitch. And obviously, he's got a lot of good work rate. He knows how to break set pressing traps for teams trying to bring the ball out. As soon as the balls get turned over, we can get the ball back in seconds. He's got that sort of energy about him, and he will bring that. It's infectious, Mr. B. When you have someone like that in your team, buzzing around, doing all that good work, and it's successful, it encourages others to do that and trusting other players to say, he's gone, I'm going to back him up, because we usually be successful here. He's a young gem. I think when you look at Bruno Fernandes, he's a top player for us. He's getting on now, but Mason Mount's 24. Bruno at 24 years old hasn't won a Champions League, hasn't just playing in Portugal, for example. Mason Mount has got an opportunity to push on now and be one of the top, most elite players in Europe in his position. Don't worry about skills and step overs and little tricks and everything else. He's not about that. It's off the ball movement, his running, his motivation, his energy is everything that we need in our side. So I think it's a great signing, our first signing, and hopefully it will link up our sort of play in the final third and get us creating more chances and scoring more goals as well.
You made it sound so positive. You made it sound so. I love that. You've got so much positivity about the sign. I'm happy. One day, there's people, as I said, look, there's people in the chat saying we paid too much money for him. I saw a couple of things saying 40 was too much. We got the player he wanted, and we knew no deal was going to be done for 40. Now, would we have rathered had the 65 sitting in the bank and not spent the money on Mason Mount early? Don't forget, it's all about speed of signings. He wants these players on the pre-season tour. You understand? Yeah. We need another 2 or 3, to be fair, before they could. I would love to see 2 or 3 come in. I'll take another one. I'll take another one before it goes in. On Monday, who do you think the other one is going to be? Who do you think the next signing is going to be? I know we've been linked with Onana for the last few days. Do you think that's something that could be done before well, they want it wrapped up tomorrow, before June the 30th? What do you think is something that we could do?
Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, this is like a domino effect, isn't it? We've shown our hand now. We are going to make transfers. There has to be the right transfers. And you talk about Onana, that's the right transfer because there's a goalkeeper that distributes the ball really well and brings the ball out from the back, something we've been missing. And we're missing a whole element of play, whole dimension of play by breaking these pressing traps that people are creating. This guy can play it out short, can play it out long, but the one thing he does do, he's so confident that he can be that sweeper keeper, playing off his line, and that insurance at the back now where we can play the ball out and give us something new that we haven't seen so far. Considering, this is what I really think, to think that we didn't have a keeper that can play out from the back last season, no disrespect to David De Gea, but he doesn't do that very well. We didn't have that, and we still finished third. So if we start to have that, that takes pressure off us. The people try to press us will think, oh God, You know, it's going to be hard to do this now. We can't do this all game because we know this goalkeeper's really good. We can't rush him. He will just twist you up. He's got that sort of skill about him where he can show you and just turn away and play it out from the back. He understands how to play it from the back. He's played at Ajax before. He knows what the manager requires of him. And as you saw at Inter Milan, for last season and two, he's been playing brilliantly, bringing the ball out. There has made mistakes in the past, but hopefully he's got through that. And and the thing is, the reason you think to yourself, like you said, Mason Mount wants to come to Man United. Onana wants to come to Man United too, because he knows he will get that confidence from the manager who wants to say, yeah, I like what you do. I'm not going to restrict your game. I'm not going to restrict your confidence. You're good at what you do, and I'm going to encourage that. So you want to go where you're loved, and you want to go where you can express yourself. And he's someone who can actually do that and give us something extra. The next 30% of our play will be improved. So goalkeeper next, I'm happy if that's Onana. Your thoughts on that, Mr. B? If I could hear you, I can't lip read.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Sorry.
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, you were just you were just saying about his playing style. He actually got sent home from what was the tournament? The last tournament. Rigobert Song sent him home because he didn't play how he wanted his goalie to play. Onana wanted to play his way, coming out from the box, and he sent him home.
Yeah. Right.
You know, Onana wasn't going to bend, and the manager wasn't going to bend. So we've got a player. We've definitely got a player who believes in his own ability. You know what? There's a big message on here from Sigmund Judge. Rev, I ain't seen your name, but welcome. Was looking on YouTube for common sense and found it. Thank you, lads. Bruv, thank you. Appreciate the kind words, man. And welcome to the madness, my friend. Welcome to
where are you from, Sigmund? Because we've been trying to pronounce the name, the Danish player from Atalanta. We've been told it's Hylund. So your name, Sigmund. It's quite similar. I'm really struggling. My pronunciation is really poor. But big up. Welcome to the channel. And thank you for such a lovely, positive comment. Yeah. So the goalkeeper, do you think, like, Mr. B, do you think that's something crucial? Because there's people saying the clean sheet award that De Gea got, he's been loyal. There's a lot of sentiment towards De Gea. But I don't think with this issue about him not signing a new contract, we going back on it and getting it reduced again, that shows me that the manager's not really keen on him, and we do need to sort of advance our play to close the gap on City and get a proper goalkeeper in.
On Monday, we're moving like gangsters now, and it's about bloody time. Yesterday, I have to admit, I thought about it for, they've disrespected De Gea. Do you know what? I'm sick and tired of us being that nice club to our players. Yeah, we should have handled it different. I will hold up my hand and say I think he's been disrespected. But if you don't want the man at the club, you don't want the man at the club. It's as simple as that. We can't sell him, so we ain't going to get no money for him. But we can get 375 grand a week off our wage bill. You know, now Onana ain't going to be getting paid 375 grand a week. So I'm not saying that we're going to save money, because we've now got to go and spend 42 million pound on a goalie. But it's Ten Hag's first choice goalie. And this is the point that I'm trying to make with this. If it's Ten Hag's first choice, and we all know, look, Kim G, we thought he was going to be coming to us. He was the first choice. He's gone. First choice defender's gone. Work on the second choice defender now. And I believe that it's the Axel guy from Monaco. That seems to be the one that's out there. Yeah. But again, that's a 40 million price tag. That's a 40 million pound price. But we've got, somebody, I don't know who it was in the chat is talking about, saying that we needed, I think it might have been Box, we needed a holding midfielder, we need a striker, and we need something else. And we've gone and bought an attacking midfielder who isn't as good as Bruno. But there's a lot of players who aren't as good as Bruno. I'm not having it. Bruno is elite. I'm not having anybody come on here and say Bruno's not an elite player. Yeah, he gives the ball away every now and then, but look at his creative stats. Look at you was talk about his progressive passing, top 1% in Europe. So yeah, let's stop the slander on Bruno. If there's man ahead of him who's finishing their dinner, as Amonde keeps saying, we probably would have been closer to Arsenal. So yeah, we've got a goalie now who improves our team, improves our playing style. We sat the deepest in the hole. That's why De Gea kept so much blood clot clean sheets, because the team sat so deep. Now we're going to be able to play further up the pitch because the team have now got a player who they know if the ball goes back to him, it's going to be coming back to a player of choice. Yeah, I do expect the season to be cussing. Oh, blah blah blah. He's made a mistake. He shouldn't be. But that is the style that he wants to play. So yeah, keep it. But I still think that we need more. Guys, look, I just realized there's 27 of you in the chat. You know, yesterday we had 45 likes on the show. That's our most we've had. Let's see if we can beat it before the end of the week. So look, there's 26 of you in
45 is
there.
asking a lot, Mr. B. It's asking a lot.
Well, no, listen, look,
asking a lot.
Look, if they're all watching, we got 45 yesterday. We hit 45 yesterday. So why can't we hit 40?
While you guys are pressing the like button for Mr. B, I'm just going to touch on a few comments. There's been some really good comments coming through. Sorry, like I say, I can't touch on everyone. Barton saying, are you playing anyone next to Casemiro in the 6 OMONDI? And if so, who? I'd like to, if you watch the tactical show, Bath Time's an expert, and he talks about this box midfield that Arsenal play, Man City play. I think this gives us options now where we can mix up. And I don't want to say stuck to a formation. I'm saying when we got the ball, we haven't got the ball. If we haven't got the ball, I think Mount or Bruno can sit back in, be a number 6 with Casemiro, or play as a double pivot with Casemiro as well. So it'd be interesting to see. Hopefully on the 12th of July, we'll be seeing a lot of football. That'll be the start of the pre-season. King Dino saying, this reminded you of Donny signing. We need a striker and someone can fill in for Casemiro from time to time. So we brought an attacking midfielder who's nowhere near as good as Bruno for too much money, he's saying there. So King Dino is a bit sparing here. That's what you were responding to, Mr. B, about that comment, yeah?
Yeah. King Dino, question for you, my friend. So, King Dino, what would you have done, and who would you have bought instead of Mason Mount? Put it in the comments. Let's see. We can have a little chat. Sorry, Monday.
Just to add to that, I think, look, people saying Eriksen's legs are gone, and they say Donny van der Beek and Sabitzer. These are two players. So let's say Donny van der Beek and Sabitzer. I think Mason Mount does what we were trying to do. We bought Sabitzer for a reason, because he does something similar to Mason Mount. We bought Donny van der Beek for a reason. He done something similar to Mason Mount, playing for Ajax, you know. So I think Mason Mount is an upgrade on that. English quota as well, and someone who can play high up the pitch like that and get into good positions and be creative and that driving force with another option of getting assists and goals up top. Onana, what a save. That's an HD gamer. Bruno was playing in Italy at 24 years old. I didn't know that. That's a good shout. I thought he was at Sporting. Shine like a diamond, says Box, for sure. One of them has to go into the RB right back block. It would be Scott, quite possibly. Yeah, so many options now.
Listen. Look. Let's not get this Scott. Scott is not good enough for Manchester United. Yeah, I think there's two people on the whole of the chat, and one of them is you, Bath Time, who think that Scott's good enough. He's not. Scott is shit on the ball. It's football. It's not athletics, and it's not bloody rugby. So no, Scott's not good enough. You talk about him playing beside Casemiro. No, play beside somebody else in a different club. He's not fucking good enough.
I think you've made yourself clear there, Mr. B. After Mount, there's 60 million left for strike and keeper. How are we going to do this as Big T? Maybe, as Mr. B suggested earlier, maybe there's more money in the coffers there. Barthel's saying, but Tommy isn't my convert to right back at Leicester, unfortunately. I think at the moment, Martinez is probably going to go in next to Case with Bruno and Mount in front. So if you can work that out. Onana's 45 million, says Box. 55 million plus 5 add-ons. That's the total. That's what it says on Sky Sports. I want to say hi to Stephanie. Can you hear me, mother? Stephanie, how you doing? Nice to see you. King Dino said Onana would be a good signing. I really worry that we won't get the strikers that we need. Be patient, guys.
Have
we
faith.
Have 50 million left, says Red or Dead. How you doing, Red or Dead, by the way? I'm just going to skip through some comments. We'll say hi to Ozzy. Welcome back, Ozzy. He said, if we go for Onana, we need a good backup keeper because he's of the African Cup. Well, as Mr. B was saying, he's not getting on with Ridderberg's song. So maybe he won't be playing for them anymore. So Sigmund saying he's from London, but he's from Austria. I believe you pronounce it High-O-Land. Oh, we've been told different.
So we were close. Highland. Highland.
Emma's from Denmark, isn't
It's
she?
saying Highland, isn't it? Highland. Look, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. Somebody.
Big T saying, Sigmund Judge, are you going to tell us which YouTube channel you found Common Sense on? Bants, lads. It's not a box there. It's Ivory Coast. All right. Big G, I'm going to read your comment. He's saying all the deals for signings will likely spread over 2 years or more. United will not be paying 55 million up front. Let me see if there's any more. Oh, Column's in the house. Hi, Colin. He said, if I budget 120 mil before sales, so 60 million on Mount, Onana 45, that's 105. That leaves us 50 mil. That's not enough for the rest of the players that we need. So it's clearly something right here. Fergie signed Jim Leighton in 1990, prime example of making big decisions. I don't know. Jim Leighton was a good keeper. I don't really rate him. Alex say, yeah, I thought so too, but wasn't sure until I heard the announcer say his name and when he scores as well. My Damn United. You were on yesterday. You got such a great name after the Damn United, isn't it? The film with Brian Clough. He said, get Onana in there and our whole game changes. Forget what you think, what you know, and enjoy the ride. No, most certainly. There's 45 likes at the moment out of 23 people. Love you guys. Thank you. Great news. Cameroon didn't qualify for the African nations. There you go, guys. There you go. Anyway, the comments are flying in. Let's get back to chat, Mr. B, and we'll come back to all you guys as soon as possible. But so Onana, that's something that looks positive. We've seen a lot of positive things. Italian guy came over the other day to have talks. Looks like he wants to come play for us. There's all indication shows that he wants to play for us. He's played for under our manager before, and he knows the system. And as you gave a great example for, he doesn't be stifled like when he's playing for Cameroon. He wants to play his style of football, and it will be entertaining, don't you think? What do you think about, just quickly, Mr. B? What do you think about these new style keepers that distribute the ball? Do you think they want to be players? Do you think they're good at five-a-side during games, or do you think they're a joke and just wait to be lobbed?
They may well be involved in the five-a-side, and the lobbing part of it, you don't see. You don't see too much of it. To be honest, you don't see too much of it. One lob that comes into my mind was Cavani's. Where he jumped in and he did first touch. I think there was a ball played directly from the back. I think they were trying to wonder if it was offside, if I do remember right. Yeah, and he lobbed the keeper from maybe 30 yards and he dipped it from the right and went straight over. So though I don't see that happening too much on Monday. Okay. I really don't see it happening too much. I just think it's a big benefit. I just think if he comes in, it's an extra 15-20%, maybe not so much, maybe 10% to the actual team, the actual team's game.
Yeah,
I'm happy on my day. I'm glad. I'm just glad that we're buying players. I'll be honest. I'm glad that we're buying players, whether they're the wrong players, whether they're players that we disagree with. Business is getting done early, and United do not do. I don't want to be sitting down and with what's his name with his orange tie on with his yellow tie on Sky Sports, wondering. I want our deals done so we can relax. The deals that we're looking at is whether somebody's going to buy Fred on the last day, or if somebody's going to take McTominay off our hands, even if it's on loan. You know what I mean? Whether he's going to go West Ham. I mean, look, West Ham got £105 million burning a hole in their pocket now. You know, are they going to be sniffing around Old Trafford? I bloody hope so. I really bloody hope so.
Red Devil Studios, go and check out his channel. We're a community channel here, and we do support everyone else. He supports us. We support you. Red Devil Studio, top guy, and he's saying we need to get a better striker as well. We better get strikers, saying here. Colin, thank you. It's been 12 months anniversary, says Solo. You've been a member so long. Don't forget, you can become a member, guys. There's so many little perks to being a member. We've got little private shows on in the background as well. Red or Dead is saying here, if we get Highland for under 50 million and Onana and Mount, that makes us contenders. I agree. We're not far off considering what we did last year.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mr. B, three things.
I don't think so.
Three things. Let's just name it. We've got experience with Casemiro. We've always been moaning about our midfield. Casemiro's come in. He's got that experience. He's a winner. We've seen what he does. We create a lot of chances, for sure. And the goalkeeper, that situation about bringing the ball out, that gives us a whole dimension of play that we haven't had before. And that I think that's another 15, 20 points with all those three factors that I've talked about there. And then with with what's
20
going on at
points.
City, with other teams as well improving, it might be a season where you might win a league with 80 odd points next season, because I think the standard's going up and up every year. Big up to the Premier League, by the way. This is a top league out there. It's hard to call. Just a couple more here. When we talk about Onana, funny ones really. HG Gamer saying Onana is a mentalist for what I've seen him on the ball. Will De Gea stay or go? Contract is up tomorrow, says Man United. Good question. We'll answer that. Onana saying, sorry, not Onana, but Big T saying Onana wants to be a striker. Did you see the video? Man has got skills. And Boxer saying Onana, Mount, Highland, improve us, but 3 players also of the ilk of example Kane, Calcido, and Ming as well would be the perfect transfer window. Matt Dam United, yeah, I was right about your name. He said bang on the money there. Tommy to South America. I mean Saudi Arabia, which is a new place to go if you want to get good money, good money for playing football. I want no transfer news until the night before the season starts, and we have a catwalk show with all the new players for each club. It's pretty cool again. Ozzy's saying here, as a Scandinavian, I would like to get Ramis Highland. It seems, yeah, tell us more about him, Ozzy, because we're trying to do our research on him. Ivan Toney on the cheap, we play in January. Vardy warming at the bench. Remember Sir Alex Ferguson's, Owen, Saha, Teddy, etc. So abundance of strikers is what we need. We've got a comment here. Barton saying, Omondi, our 4 wingers created 12 assists last season with an expected output of 112.3. We don't make anywhere near enough chances. I think we do create a lot of chances, actually. Just we don't have anyone to finish it. The stats say that, and I think Mount coming in will contribute to that as well, playing alongside these guys. Bruno Boxer saying here, basically Bruno creates about 17,000 chances a season in United, and United creates 70,040. Yeah, you see where he's going with that. Mr. P, Mount, here we go. That's the big one. It's happening. Obviously, we talked about Onana is next. Anything else on the horizon for you? Because what do you think, if we get a goalkeeper and Mount now, what's next for you? If you were had a crystal ball, what position do you think we should be focusing on with what our squad looks like at the moment?
It has to be a striker. Kane, let's be honest, Kane was a pipe dream. Levy's not having a bubble of it. So let's forget about Kane. The thing that I've kind of liked what's happened. We've identified our players early, really early, and we're going in to get them early, so that if there is a stumbling block or whatever, if there is a stumbling block or whatever, if there is a stumbling block, then at least we've got time to move on to the second target, not third, and definitely not fourth target. I don't want to hear nothing about no fourth choice player, because then we're looking into the realms of really, really shit. I have no idea, Miss Big Man. I have no idea what you've said, but
he said Harry Maguire is upside down now. He said Harry Maguire. If you read it, he said Harry Maguire is upside down now. Very clever.
I don't know how you do. I'm looking at thinking rotted. I'm not even gonna say, I'm on there. You're demon. I didn't know. Well, very well done. I like that one. Well done, guy. You got us well, Pukudi.
Yeah. Sorry, by the way, Matthew Bass is talking about Victor Osimhen. I saw a clip of him today doing the rounds on trending, where he was playing 5-side football and he just done something fantastic. Flicked the ball over the guy's head, just to play, just a bit of fun. But flicked the ball over the guy's head, dribbled it with his chest and knee, and went on and scored, blazed over the bar and a 5-side goal. But it just looked fantastic. And he's tall and long and skinny. Don't know if he's the player that everyone hyped him up to be.
Monday, do you think that he's obviously Red or Dead is asking if we need a striker? That's 100%. But I'm gonna ask you something. If Martial doesn't get sold or can't get sold, let's be honest, he's on 250 bags a week. So unless we're probably giving him away in a free, I don't think we're gonna get any suitors to who's gonna be wanting to take up his wages. Do we have a Martial hoping that he doesn't get injured next season, and a Hoyland or a Muwani, or do we go for, or do we go for the big one and get rid of Martial?
I don't know. I think those discussions need to be had with the player. He's been there a long time. I think he could. It's one of those ones. If you let him go now and his injuries are like gets healed, he's still a top player. I can't deny that. He's no longer that winger. I don't think he's got that in his game anymore to sort of be effective. I think playing in that role where he's playing as a centre forward, especially under the manager Ten Hag, where he drops off a little bit deeper, links up the play. He's very intelligent like that. I think we've seen wingers before come into the middle, start playing more central. Henry being one, totally different players, I believe. But I think Martial's got that game about him, and I think maybe if he can stay fit, coming into those peak years and his age, with the experience he has as well, I think he could be a good fit. Maybe not as number one striker. I'd still like to get another striker in, but I do have to give the man respect. He's obviously got something about him. It's just that he's never blossomed at Man United. He's never been consistent. Consistently had a run, consecutive season where he's been like the main man, where he's scoring goals. I think he needs to change something about his game, his mentality, to be more decisive. Come in, win some headers and score some headers like Rashford did last season. To add that to his game, blast the ball into the net, use his laces rather than just pass it to the keeper. Be a bit more ruthless. Sort his little fox in the box movement out, because if he's going to be playing more central, he needs to sort of adapt. And maybe Benny McCarthy or someone like that who's can score variety goals. He was a great little player, or big player. I think maybe they can help him to do that. But Martial to Spurs could start up again, says Matthew, Bath time there. What do you think then? Because you love Martial, don't you? But he's there at the moment. But would you let him go? Are you saying he's gone? Would you, based on what you've seen over the last 7 years he's been there, do you think it's time to say bye-bye?
Yeah. I think it is. As much as it burns me, I have to be honest. Obviously, when you see them playing and you think, okay, do something. When he plays, it's fine, but man, it doesn't matter how great you are. If you cannot get yourself fit on the pitch, then there's no point. And I'm just not sure we've got wonder patience for another Martial season like he did. When he played, he was fine, but there was a lot of. I mean, look, Weghorst played 27 games. I think Weghorst played for us. That's too much for a player of Weghorst's standard, and to score 2 goals in that time. Understand the drop off that the club have had. So if Martial can't fix up and he doesn't want to fix up, then maybe he does need to go. I mean, some boxers got something up here. Mason Greenwood.
2 Masons.
There's been a lot of things.
If we get another Mason in, we had 3 Masons. Mason Greenwood, Mason Mount, potential partnership. Greenwood plays.
Do you think?
Right.
We haven't really spoken about the Greenwood situation. Do you think that he's going to be? Because obviously, I'm hearing today Ten Hag doesn't want him to leave, doesn't want him to go. Now that could be financial, or that could be on ability. I'm not sure if it's on ability, because he wouldn't have seen him in training, because he hasn't been at Carrot. He's been training somewhere else. But is that there's a lot of external noise with that situation.
Right.
Do you think Ten Hag's going to be strong enough to keep him at the club, keep him for this season, especially if he feels that we're not going to get the striker that we need?
Do you want to answer that with the help of Emma here? Emma's saying here, I don't see us selling Martial. Can't see a club wanting to buy such an injury-prone player. So that could be something hampering us. If we did want to get rid of him, who would want to sign him? There was a comment there about 35 million, which I think is fair for him, someone his age. But yeah, his stock's low at the moment because he's injury-prone, quite possibly. And I don't think many clubs would really want to fork out to pay for his wage for one and pay for a transfer fee. So I think he's a little special player, maybe, that we should keep, sort out his injury problems, show him that care and love, the same that we showed to Sancho by sending him away. Go find out what's wrong with this guy, get the medical department involved in this, and get him fit and get him playing motivated again to play a run of games. And he can get back into the French side. He can do a lot, There's a lot about him. We're looking at all these other French forwards like Manani, or whatever his name is. think we got Martial. I mean, who's to say Martial's not better than these guys already? Injury. That's the only thing that's stopping me is injury proneness. Because I do think there's a player there. Regarding Greenwood, Big G saying here, I bet you Greenwood plays next season as a striker. Just putting it out there. I announce this now. By the way, Solo was saying we're 15 likes away from 45. I thought we were at 45 already. So, guys, yeah, just hit the like button for us. If you're watching, if you don't watch regular, just hit the like button for us. Let's see if we can make it. I don't believe we will, but let's try. Yeah, we were saying here about what is it? Oh, well, I've just lost the comment now. Sorry. Talk about Greenwood. Yeah, we talk about Greenwood. What we've done on the show, we haven't discussed it because it's quite controversial. But we knew, we watched him on Man United Agenda coming up through the ranks, and we were excited about what he had. I mean, he scored a lot of goals, some brilliant goals for us. He's a predator, as we know from his youth career. And he's someone who Ollie played from the right because he's left-footed. He can cut in. But he's got 2 feet. I remember watching him come into the box doing step-overs, and you know he can go either way. We're complaining about Anthony right now, coming in off the right and knowing that people are like, look, he's only going to go his left foot. He's going on his left foot. And that's how it turns out to be. But with Greenwood, this is someone, as a defender, you're jockeying back, and he can touch, and he can go right foot, left foot, and he's equally good on each foot. So I think he's a talent, and I just want to, don't know, it's a very sensitive subject, but he's a talented player, and he would be a great addition to our squad going forward next season. But there's a huge but about the issues that he's been facing and whether Man United is it good PR to bring him back in. I don't know. I can't answer that. Can you, Mr. B?
No, and I'm not even going to try and answer it. I'm not even going to try and answer it. It's just a lot of I'm not gonna. I just wanted to put it out and see what people thought. To be fair, I can't answer that. Whatever decision Ten Hag makes, I hope it's a Ten Hag decision and not a politics decision or a club decision. So we'll see.
Yeah. Brian, how you doing? He says United will mount a title challenge this coming season. Yes, box the 3 Masons. Oh yeah, let's get Ryan Mason in. That will give us a fraternity like the 3 Mason credit. We've got Damn United saying, get what we can out of Martial this last season. No one will give us anything for him because of the risk. If we use him to rest Rashford, and when he's fit, he's good enough. We can hope that's what we can hope for. Sorry about my reading tonight. Stephanie Griffith saying, funny handshake with the Masons. They should do a funny celebration, isn't it? The 2 Masons, if they do step up. Want to say hi as well. Montreal FC, MEFC said, I'd like to sell Martial to some Chinese club if that was him. Greenwood would be a PR disaster. Yeah, we need to loan him for that to ease up. Bath time saying, yeah, huge signing for Leicester, box upgrade on Maddison, basically.
Oh, they got Winks. They've got Winks, innit?
You're joking.
No, they got Winks as part of the deal.
That is one of Bath time's favourite players. Yeah. Stephanie saying United need to have less or no off-field distractions next season. Sometimes people are just in it. Crocs, OMONDI, injury Crocs. Yeah, that's true.
Injury Crocs, yeah.
Ozzy saying, I agree, Greenwood will get abused in every game, but doesn't everybody playing away from home get that as well? There's so many comments coming through. I mean, look, the Greenwood thing everyone's talking about now. Martial, Elanga, Garnacho, and Anthony. Greenwood on form starts over these guys, says Box. That just shows you how highly touted he was and what a great player he was. Man United saying here, I thought Nottingham Forest would sign Dean Henderson. You know anything about that?
I still think it's going to happen. He's their first choice, and it's a price that they can work on. Obviously, we don't have a goalie, so there's no point in Man United. Something could happen where we don't have a goalie, and we do need to rely on that miserable son of a bitch for next season. I hope that we don't, and I hope that he is gone. But at the same time, there's no point in cutting off your nose despite your face. He's still contracted to us, whether he likes it or not. He's still got a contract with us, and we might not like him coming back. But if De Gea is going, we can't just have bloody Heaton as our goalie. So until we get something done, then he's going to have to stay.
Mason Mount's going to have to be moving house from London. He's lived there all his life, coming up to Manchester. No one likes moving. It's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it, moving, logging your stuff around. And Helen Wills, we haven't seen you for a long time for the same reason. He said, sorry for the absence. Been hectic with moving. Happy with the signing as long as Eric Ten Hag's decision. I was talking about Hang from Enter the Dragon. I was watching that earlier. Decision, yeah. So big up Helen Wills. Hope your move's going well and you get settled really soon before the start of the season, hopefully. And here we go. Box is always dropping. Mr. B, I'm going to go through each of these. I'd like to sell fringe players, academy players, to raise enough money to get another centre forward. So Elanga, 30 million, yay?
I don't think we'll get. I reckon we'll get 20 plus add-ons, 25. Although he's a full international, I think 30 is going to be a push.
Box is saying Hannibal, 20 million. I don't want to sell Hannibal, but had 20 million would be decent. Williams for 10. Lurd, we haven't spoken about him much. He's been on QPR on loan, 5 mil.
Yeah, I think that could work. Tellez, what's he got? Tellez 10.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, Tellez was their first choice left back and they won the cup. So maybe we might get a little bit more from that, to be fair. Bailly, I don't think we're going to get much for Bailly. He's an injury-prone madman. I'm not sure we're going to get too much for him, to be fair. Henderson, I think 35 might be. If we could get 35 for Henderson, then we've sorted our shit out. We've sorted it out, to be fair.
Can you read this one?
Yeah. Yeah, I can. But I'm not... I can. Saudis are now willing to take...
Saudis not willing to take Harry Maguire for free. Pakuni, do not come on here and disrespect Harry Maguire when I'm around. Not when I'm not here. I like him. Rebel saying Lurd has him up the side. I'm not selling him, so he wouldn't sell Lurd as well. 30 million for Maguire. Shopping Solution say 1 million for Bailey is too much. It's funny what injuries can do. It can ruin your sort of whole stock. Brian saying Pakuni's in Australia, down under, clearly. And reading from left to right, or his Arabic. Don't know Arabic script read it, or the Jewish Hebrew read it from left to right. From right to left, or left to right, or whatever. We don't know. We'll find out. And with the text upside down, can we stop doing that? It's making Mr. B's get a headache doing all that. But anyway, overall, I'm really pleased about the Mount signing. It's a start. It's a domino effect. I think it's going to we start moving on now and getting more news about our players coming in. And we've jumped on from Mason Mount to Onana as well, because that seems to be in the pipeline quite far down as well. And I think we've been quite happy now on the channel compared to last week. And hopefully Rebel, do you think Rebel will be a bit excited now? Knowing that the Glazers, under the Glazers' care, that we're actually making some good signings, because Rebel's got nothing good to say about them.
No. Rebel's not going to be happy. We can sign Jesus Christ and Moses on the wing, and Rebel is not going to be happy until they've gone. So I'm hoping for Rebel's health and for the state of the channel and his sanity that they are gone before the start of the season.
All right, guys. The 35 in the chat. Guys, let me know how many likes do we have, by the way. It was just a little challenge. So we're not trying to beg it. But Mr. B said, let's get 45 for the end of the show. I said, no chance. How far off are we from 45 likes, by the way? Someone just give us a little update, please, before we shut down. Let's see if it can be done. And talk about 45. Colin saying he wants 45 million for Sancho. I don't want to sell Sancho. No way.
Do you know what? I'm on that. That's a crazy one. 42. Done. We're done. We're cool. 40 likes now. 30,
we're happy with that.
Yeah,
it's amazing, isn't it?
That's free off.
You know something? I see. I'm on TikTok, not TikTok. Sorry. And you see people doing these lives, and what really bugs me, which I don't really like to do lives, they always say tap up the screen. I don't know what it means. It must mean they get better publicity or better likes or whatever. Yeah. But like, why are you begging it? Like, we're going to sit there going, I'll tap up the screen for you. So, if you do press like for us, we appreciate it, but I ain't begging it. No way, man. 43 likes or 44 now. I don't know. But, we're getting it. If we get 45, Mr. B will be skin and teeth. Well, he does every day anyway. So
Even
we'll
more.
see. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Dancing with the Devil says, do you think there's any chance of us going for Salcedo now that we got Mount, Mr. B?
If they're pulling a skank, then yes, there's always a chance. I'm not sure we do have the funds. I'm not sure we've got the funds, to be fair. But listen, look, I'm forever optimist. I keep saying it. I'm a half glass full kind of guy. So, you know, until that window shuts, I always feel that we've got a chance. I know we say we're broke, but I think we're pulling I think we're trying to pull a fast one. So look, we'll see. But yeah, I would take him.
Okay, we're going to wind up now. And Emma's saying here, we watch this for free. We do this for free. The least we can do is like the video. Fair play. I really appreciate it. And guess what?
Thank you so much.
We've got
Thank
45
you.
likes. Unbelievable. UK Strange, how you doing? Big up Rebel, 45 likes and skinning the Glazers time. Boss man, Solo, we had some fantastic news today, by the way. Well done, Solo. We're really happy for you. He's saying congratulations and 45 likes. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. And lastly, Bath Time is saying to, I don't know, maybe to Rebel, you're not the optimist. I don't know about that. Box is saying here, I'd love another top centre midfielder alongside Mount as well. Shopping solutions. Bloomberg said we have 260 million. We heard that yesterday, that rumour. But we can't really use all of it because of FFP. We should sell some players. Great show, guys.
We can use it.
Great show, guys, from Dance of the Devil. Great show, guys, from My Damn United. Rising stars, thank you. And
Yes,
this
brother.
guy was a star today. He's actually saying now, I can't read this anymore. You've confused me. Do I have to? He's gone back.
It's not upside down.
You guys, he said, Pakuni, I hope to see you again. Good bands, man. Said you guys are doing really great. Really enjoyed the video. Sorry for the upside down text. It's okay, man. We were able to read it.
That's mustard. I love that. Yeah, I love that.
All right, guys, I'm going to look for the exit titles that Mr. B has done brilliantly. Tell us what you think about these exit and intros and outros, because I'm going to drop the outro now, guys. Let us know what you think. As a newbie, I know you've probably seen it, but this is all Mr. B's work. You can see he's got his nerd glasses on. He's become our technical guy right now. You know, so Mr. B, guys, watch this outro and tell us what you think about it. We're signing out. We'll see you tomorrow.